So, Chris Vitton, congratulations. You're our May YP of the month.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a financial advisor with Edward Jones. I just moved to Fond du Lac a couple of years ago, actually, from the Madison Sun Prairie area for like the last decade. Prior to that, though, I'm Upper Peninsula Uper. So I moved down to Wisconsin after college, met my wife in the Madison area. We got married. I had our son, and then recently, like I said, moved to Fond du Lac to pursue an opportunity with Edward Jones. I was an advisor down there, and then opportunity came up here for me to move to the Fond du Lac area. So we've really been enjoying it. I mean, Fond du Lac has been an awesome couple of years despite COVID and all the challenges we've had to face.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting to hear that you're a Fond du Lac transplant. You know, we have a button in YPF that says YPF, and then it has transplant or native. And for some reason in Fond du Lac, that matters from time to time. Tell us your experience about Fond du Lac when you first moved here, kind of what you thought and kind of what you've taken away from our community.
Yeah, it was it's certainly an interesting time to move. As I mentioned, it came up here during COVID, so everything was kind of shut down at the time. So I spent a lot of time trying to connect with people on LinkedIn. Actually connected with quite a few people from Michigan Tech University, where I went initially,
Nice.
to kind of try and meet some folks that way. So I connected with some good people. One of those folks actually ended up introducing me to YPF, recommended I check that out, and so I did that. Kind of on a whim, I joined and wanted to kind of see what it was all about. You actually invited me to a committee meeting, and so
Surprised you by telling you were on the committee at the meeting.
exactly. So the rest really was history. You know, after that, I joined the committee, started showing up, got to meet a really great group of people. I heard the transplant versus native kind of stories and was kind of prepped to kind of feel like an outsider for a while. So I was very, very fortunate that that was not the case for me. I've had a fantastic experience getting to meet and know people in the area. And so I cannot thank YPF enough for the opportunities it's given me so far in my time here.
Well, my next question was going to be, tell us about how YPF has affected you in your career, but I feel like you just covered that. Michigan Tech, you say. A lot of folks from Michigan Tech do come to the Fond du Lac area, like to work at Merck. I feel like it's just like a recruiting center for Mercury Marine. Next question. So what does your involvement with YPF look like?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, you invited me to a committee meeting when I first started. So initially I started out with the member engagement committee,
Nice.
Started to get involved there. I wanted to get to know people and try to welcome people to the area. So one of the first things I did as part of the committee was started volunteering for welcoming some of the new members. Mm-hmm. And so our committee has been really involved with trying to find a way to make sure that people that join our organization and group can get involved right away, can find out what things might interest them, and find a way that they can actively get involved. So that's really been my focus to this point is being part of that member engagement committee. It's truly a fantastic group of people. I can't speak highly enough of them and the work that they're doing and the will that they have to make sure that this town and this area is successful. So that's been super, super exciting. I've been trying to get involved in a few other smaller committees outside of that. There was a Young Leaders Breakfast recently that Liz Woostrak, who I believe will be getting on this year shortly as well, kind of led, and that was a really cool opportunity to meet with some of the younger high school students in this area and try to give them some idea of what they can look forward to after high school and some of the challenges and opportunities that they're going to have available in front of them, and try to give them some of the sage advice that we've learned over the years and make sure we can pass that on as well.
That's awesome. And Chris you're very humble. He's the chair of the member engagement committee. So he helps run that committee, and he's doing a great job. So tell us a little bit more about what you do outside of work. Any hobbies or fun things you like to do on the weekend?
Yeah, so I alluded to the fact that I'm married and have a young son at home. So a 2-year-old. He's fantastic and challenging and exciting, and we're learning something new every day. So it's really just trying to spend a lot of time with my family. Work does take up a lot of my time during the day and during the week. And so I really just try to decompress a little bit and spend time with them. As I mentioned, I'm from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan originally, so I love to try and get home as often as I can. That doesn't happen nearly as frequently as I would like to, unfortunately. But we like to spend time outside, taking Cooper to parks, try to explore some of the wilderness areas we have in the Fond du Lac area, which there's so many of them between Kettle Moraine and a lot of the other hiking areas we have. Love to try and get out and enjoy those things. My wife and I, when we can find a babysitter, enjoy trying to hit up some of the local wineries and breweries and stuff as well, which is one of the things we're actually going to be doing this weekend. Looking forward to.
Nice, nice. What would be your advice to a prospective young professional in the area who's thinking about joining YPF?
I would say do it. Take the dive. Try it out right away. I would be very surprised if you joined our organization and weren't able to find something that you would be interested in. Whether it's the amazing race that's coming up, getting involved in something like that, or it's mentorship opportunities like we have with the up and coming young professionals, or some of the super cool things like we had here at Wisconsin Lighting Labs, the Future of Manufacturing panel. There's always an opportunity to learn something and to grow your skill set. So get out of your comfort zone and just join. I was not the type of person that's typically going to go out and be extroverted, but YPF has really given me a kind of a safe space almost to try and do that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today. Congratulations. Very well deserved. You are in a echelon of many young professionals who have gone on and done great things, and you're already doing great things. So I know there's more great to come.
Well, I appreciate that, and like I said, I really have to credit the people that I've worked with in YPF. None of the stuff I can do and be successful doing, I do on my own. It all has to do with those folks that I work with. So shout out to the Member Engagement Committee. They're fantastic folks, and if you want to join any of the YPF committees, member engagement, program and events, marketing, I highly encourage you to check out YPF, reach out to us, and try to find a way to get involved.
Awesome. Thanks much.
Thank you.